So I think they're feeding off each other and doing pretty well. They work at a foundry over there. They can't come back and help. I think so. I'm not for sure exactly. He has to do his duties over there, and then he's got to go over and take care of stuff over there. He got trouble for over here. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully no call back. This one of how many? No, this one today, maybe? In California, you didn't leave any out there? Oh, okay. He said he was trying to touch base. Okay. Right, yeah. I mean, it might be good to have like a
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Paris High School's Tiger Stadium, where the Charleston Trojans will be taking on your Paris Tigers. Our concession stand is open for your enjoyment and is located on the north side of the school. Paris High School asks all fans, spectators, players, and coaches to please display good sportsmanship at all times during this interscholastic contest. And we wish to remind everyone in attendance tonight that Paris High School's building and grounds are all drug-free facilities. Any use of alcohol, tobacco, or other illicit drugs is strictly prohibited. Make sure to stop by the PHS Booster Club table by the concession stand to purchase a chance to win a family season pass to all PHS athletic events. The drawing will happen tonight after halftime. Now on the field for the pregame performance are your 2023 Marching Tigers. The Marching Tigers are under the direction of Dr. Kevin Pruitt, Assistant Director Jessica Hendrickson, Color Guard Instructors Zach and Haley Cassad, Percussion Technicians Jonathan Dorian and Eric Hendrickson, and Choreographer Carly Tessereau. At this time, we ask that you all please rise, remove your caps, as the Marching Tigers, under the direction of drum makers Olivia Keys, Sammy Ryland, and Kristen Lovell, honor our country with the playing of our national anthem.
It's time for Paris Tiger Sports on the Paris Sports Network. Brought to you by Cornerstone Building Brands, Stewart & Carroll Funeral Home, Seed Solutions with Chip and Bethany Keys, Longview Bank and Trust, Moody Farms, State Farm Agent Terry Elliston, Illini FS, Savoya's Pizza, Edgar County Community Foundation, Country Financial Agents Jim Blue and Mark Gladding, Lake Ridge Christian Church, Ingram's Waste Disposal, The Skating Rink with CJ and Mary Jo Becker, North American Lighting, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Templeton Funeral Home, and White Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning. And our affiliate sponsors, Steve and Lynn Young, Mary Lou Pine Family, Paul and Kathy Porter, Winans Farms Mark and Holly Winans, Tom and Marnita Stuck, Jim and Kay Taylor, and Step Farms and Excavation.
Let's hear it for your marching Tigers and your Paris High School cheerleaders. Thank you for joining us for the pregame activity.
Paris Tiger football time here on the Paris Sports Network. I'm Clay Best alongside Lenny Irwin this evening as we get set for an old rivalry between the visiting Charleston Trojans and your Paris Tigers. Both teams coming into this contest having won in their Week 1 matchups. We'll get to some of those stats and the scores of those games a bit later in this pregame show, but band is on the field. They have played us our national anthem, and we wait for the Tigers to take the field and get set for a game that we haven't seen played in 10 years, Lenny.
It's been a while, yeah, but it's old Apollo Conference rivalry, and it's kind of good to get back to some of the old things.
Had a few conversations with Coach Claude Felter about what this one means. Obviously, he wasn't here at Paris last time it was played and hasn't been a part of this history, but he's just as excited to make his mark on the rivalry and be a part of it. And all indications are that the crowd's going to show up tonight. Bleachers are already just about full, both on the near Paris side in front of your camera and far side where the Charleston faithful will sit. So cars parked up and down the lot, and we are set for what it sounds like to see two football teams that have a chance to make some noise this season.
I think so, and everything I've been hearing from the Charleston side, that they are a lot better than they've been in the past, so that could present a problem for us tonight.
And just to talk some more about that, and obviously this is where Lenny and I's Paris pride comes in. This is Charleston's history as of late has not been kind to them. Since their last playoff appearance, which was back in 2012, they have had a 16-69 record. 3 of those seasons were winless, and in a 6-year span, they went 5-43. So it's been a while since this Charleston team has really been competitive. Obviously, they play in a tough Apollo conference, but there is some hope for this program. Last year, they went 4-5, won their final 4 games of the season, and have obviously started off with a win this year. So 5 of those 16 wins have come in the last 5 games. And back on the sideline, Brian Halsey was there in his first stint for 15 seasons, had a 75-75 record over those years, made 7 playoff appearances, took an 8-year break, was an offensive coordinator down in Newton, and now he's back on the Charleston sideline, and there's a lot of hope that he's going to get this program back to where it once was.
And all indications are he's got them going in the right direction anyway, for sure.
They won their Week 1 matchup, final score of 42-13 over Herscher. Few stats and players to keep an eye on for Charleston. They'll be led by their quarterback, Luke Bonstetter. Bonstetter went 11 of 18 last week, 173 yards. Running the ball behind Bonstetter is going to be Spohr for Charleston. He had 142 yards on the ground a week ago. They were led in receiving by King. Scott King had 3 catches for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. For the Tigers, they won last week 21-14 right here at home in a contest that was played in the upper 90s on the thermometer. Able to pull out that victory down the stretch. Started off with a punt return for a touchdown. 60 yards to the end zone was Ty King. That got the game and scoring started. North Vermillion scored their 14, and the Tigers answered and won late in that contest to move to 1-0.
Yeah, it took us right clear up to a minute to go in the fourth quarter before he finally Curl took a 2-yard run, and Curl had the 2-point conversion to give us the 21-14 victory. And Ethan was the big stud for us last week. He had 14 carries for $125. Robert Wells, the big receiver, he had 5 catches for 47, but I think the biggest catch of the game was Mason Vitale, as he caught a 26-yarder that took the ball down to the 2-yard line, which set it up for Curl to punch it in. So that was key. I had Rogers throwing the ball. He had a decent night, 10 out of 16 for 128 yards. So I thought that was pretty respectable for his first game back, because he got injured last year about the 3rd game of the season, and because Krippus got hurt, I think, the first game of the season, and so then Drew stepped up, and then he got hurt, so we were pretty much the walking wounded last year.
Yeah, like we talked before we got on the air, Lenny, that last week was really the first time in a couple years since all of the kids that this Paris team is going to rely on played on the same field at the same time.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries sustained last year. Now with a very young offensive line, putting that all together. Obviously, Week 1 was new territory for a lot of Tigers, so we'll see if their success is able to lead into a quality performance here in Week 2.
Yeah, we've got some holes in the line we had to fill because we lost some big guys. We lost big Gabe Winans last year and 2 or 3 other big boys on that line, but I seen some new kids out there this year that I didn't recognize, but had some pretty good size to them. So hopefully Coach Claude makes all the right adjustments and makes the right moves, and we'll see what happens.
Tigers out onto the field wearing their black uniforms. We will take a break as we're just over 3 minutes before kickoff here in Paris. Send you through a few commercials and be back here for that kickoff on the Paris Sports Network.
Cornerstone Building Brands is the largest manufacturer of exterior building products in North America, servicing commercial, residential, and repair and remodel markets. They're the #1 manufacturer of vinyl siding, windows, and metal accessories, as well as North America's top choice in metal roofing and wall systems. With an expansive product offering and more than 100 locations, they're committed to providing high-quality exterior building solutions that their customers and communities can count on. That's Cornerstone Building Brands in Paris.
Back here on the Paris Sports Network, and the teams are set for kickoff. Charleston deferred after winning the toss, and they will kick off to the Tigers. Paris will start on offense.
That could be a good thing. Maybe put some points on the board early and keep Charleston off the scoreboard.
Kick is away. King and Wells were deep for the Tigers. Wells receives it, gets across the 25, now hauling a Trojan up to the 30-yard line. 20 players involved in the scrum to push him just a few yards further, and Paris will start at their own 32-yard line. 77 degrees at game time. About 20 degrees cooler than it was a week ago.
Boy, that's for sure. That is for sure.
Last time these two teams met was 10 years ago. Tigers, who finished that season 4-5, beat Charleston 42-14. Charleston only picked up one win that season. We've talked pregame about this being a different squad, as here's a hard run right up the middle from Curl, as he'll pick up 6 on the play. 2nd and 4 for the Tigers. Rigdon heads out left from the backfield. Here's a pass nearly intercepted. It was called a forward pass as it went through the defender's hand, maybe off the fingertips of Mason Vitale. Rolled out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down for the Tigers.
Somebody from the Charleston had scouted that play because that was read perfect. That was almost a pick 6 there.
Play call comes in. Rogers in shotgun, running back to his left and right. Fakes the handoff to Rigdon. Now gives to Curl. Curl will pick up a yard, if that, before he stopped and dropped. It'll be 4th down. Punt team comes on for Paris. Gabe Roush back to do the kicking for the Tigers.
Well, that's different because I think Curl punted last week.
Roush handles a snap, a short kick, shanked it off to the right. The hop will gain another 2 yards, 3 yards for Paris, but Charleston will start just on their side of midfield. We'll keep an eye on other scores throughout the LIC this evening. A few of those LIC opponents are also in matchups with Apollo schools. Interesting week to see the conferences collide. Plenty of chances to maybe earn some bragging rights over the other tonight.
Good possibility.
Bonstetter, a junior, takes a snap from under center, drops back, passes over the middle, hauled in there by Aiden Archibald. He'll pick up a 1st down and more. Rigdon in on the stop. Chains move right away for Charleston. One thing Coach Clodfelder mentioned is that Charleston's going to do just what they did there. Quick 3-step drop, get rid of the ball. Talked about Bonstetter not being a world saver for this Charleston offense, but a quarterback that's going to manage the game, get the ball out quick, and hand off as he does here. Toward the right side, Spoor breaks loose. Another 1st down, shook off a tackle as Tigers nearly had him down. I think that was King that had him just a few inches off the ground, but Spoor kept his legs churning and picked up another 10 yards after that contact. Inside the 20 is Charleston.
Well, they've run 2 plays. They've picked up 14 and 22 yards respectively.
Bonstetter under center, takes a snap, spins around, handoff left side now. This is Spohr, who's met by 4 or 5 Tigers on the backfield. He got just about back to the line of scrimmage before the contact was made, and the Tigers pushed him back. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, we're going to call it no gain. I think they maybe backed him up a half a yard. But
2nd and 10, just one running back behind Bonstetter this time. 2 tight ends set. Here's the snap. Pitch to the right side. Curl grabs him from behind and wrestles him down.
I believe he lost a couple that time, so.
Big play early on here in this game.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a huge 3rd down.
And just 3 minutes in. However, to get down here, Charleston made it look easy for Paris can make a stop here on 3rd and maybe have to face a 4th down, but this could be huge on the momentum. Bonstetter's going to line up in shotgun. Running backs either side as our receivers. Here's a handoff. Moving to his left is Spohr. He's tackled after a gain of 2. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. We'll see what Charleston's decision is as they send on 5 new Trojans. Appears to be their kicking team.
It looks like they're putting down the block to kick a field goal attempt maybe.
Max Weber. Usually when a team has a kid listed as only their kicker and punter, they're pretty solid in that department, if that's all he's specializing in. Let's see what Weber, the sophomore, can do with his right foot. Snap is low, picked up, put on the block, kick is away, and it is through the uprights. And Charleston has taken the lead, but the Tigers do make a stand after Charleston got into the red zone. They'll head to the sideline, trailing by 3. 7:51 left in the first quarter. We'll be back on the Paris Sports Network.
With 2 convenient locations in Paris and Kansas, Templeton Funeral Home is always there providing the care and service you and your loved ones deserve. Pete, Mark, and the staff at Templeton Funeral Home would like to wish all the Tigers the best of luck this season. Go Tigers! North American Lighting is a leading supplier of automotive lighting systems in North America, and they're proud supporters of Paris Tiger Athletics. They'd like to wish all the Tigers the best of luck this sporting season.
Tigers set to receive their 2nd kickoff of the game, now trailing by 3. Weber, who scored those 3 points, kicks this one away. A high kick fielded at the 5 by Wells. Goes to his right and tackled by 3 Trojans just across the 20-yard line. Tiger offense back out onto the field. See if they can get the running game going.
Field position is not near as good this time, though. Looks like they got the ball spotted on the 21.
Rogers brings a man in motion. It's King. Here's a handoff on the sweep to the left side. King gets stopped out on the edge, spins around, still on his feet, still behind the line of scrimmage. Now he's brought down.
There's a flag. I don't know if that's going to be a holding or a face mask or.
Yeah, it could be one of those options. We'll keep an eye on the officials for any indication. Waiting for the call as.
Looks like they're going to mark it off against Charleston. All indications.
Tigers lost about 7 yards on the play. Flag is picked up. Let's see where we're going with it now. They'll move it up.
Well, they moved it up. Now they're moving it back. So They're going to call a hold against Paris.
Now a long way to go. First down and 20 to go for Paris. Rogers has running backs to his left and right. Here's a handoff. Racing near side of the sideline is Rigdon. And he is stopped short of the 10-yard line. No, marked right at the 10-yard line. So a loss of 1 on the play. Tigers in their all-black uniform. Black tops and pants. Black helmets. No decals on the side. Orange numbers on the back and an orange stripe down the middle. Orange numbers with white trim. Here's Rogers. Rolling out to his left, gets turned around, then fires high and wide of his intended target, Wells. Ball falls incomplete. And it'll bring up
3rd and long.
3rd and long for Paris.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 21.
Not a great spot to get fancy, as you kind of need to happen for it to pick up this type of yardage. So we'll see how conservative the Tiger offense is here in the shadow of their own goalpost. Rogers takes the snap. He's going to throw it, feeling pressure. Two Trojans converge, and they will bring him down for a safety. 2 points on the board for the Trojan defense, and it's 5-0. Trojans only brought 4 on pressure, but were able to get through. And to make matters worse, as is always the case on a safety, is now the Tigers have to give the ball right back to Charleston.
Yep.
.6:51 remaining, first quarter. Paris will punt it away to Charleston. They will have to do so from the 20-yard line. I guess I didn't know it was that far back, but that only makes matters worse, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And you have your choice of either kicking off or punting, so looks like they're going to tee it up, and looks like Wells is going to do the kicking. So
Charleston's deep men are standing on their own 33-yard line. They'll come up and catch the line drive. Langdon King across midfield, spins right in the middle of all the Tiger defenders, picks up another handful of yards, and he'll get down near the 32-yard line. That's where Charleston will start in great field position.
Boy, they have it, too. It's well inside Paris territory. Looks like they're going to spot it somewhere around the 30-yard line, give or take. Charleston already on top, 5-0. I guess it's just outside the 30. It's going to be about the 32.
Bonstetter shotgun has Malik Perry to his right. Takes a snap, rolls right, looking short, stepped up into the pocket to avoid pressure, and then threw an incomplete pass. That'll be 2nd down. Good pressure that time by the Tigers. Able to get around the edge and contain Bonstetter, who sounds like might not really beat you with his legs, but as you saw there, able to keep his eyes downfield while feeling the pressure, stepping up and making a good decision, just unable to connect with his receiver.
Had good pressure back there by, it looked like to me it was Garrett Rigdon on the defense to knock down the pass. So
that time it was Ethan Curl on pressure. Got through with Cohen Brinkerhoff. Those two combined for the stop. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Charleston. Bonstetter runs over towards his sideline, stops short, and meets Jacob Rowe, who has the play call. Approaching 6 minutes to play. Charleston to the line, 10 seconds on the play clock. Bonstetter under center, 5 seconds, takes a snap, fakes a handoff, rolls right, has a man short, finds him right at the sticks. Making the catch is Perry, and he'll rumble ahead for another 6 or 7 yards. First down, Charleston.
Okay.
Charleston has yet to really test the Tigers wide on the edge. Something else Coach Claude Felder expected to have happen, as if anything, they're going to try to make these quick passes as they have so far today, and maybe every once in a while throw a fade on the outside. Haven't really needed to do that yet. They've had success running the ball and making those short passes and capitalizing on Tiger mistakes. There's another one.
Another
penalty
Tiger mistake, yeah.
for 5 yards.
Tigers jumped off sides.
Makes it 1st and 5. Bonstetter under center. Handoff up the middle is Spoor. Breaks a shoestring tackle, then picks up 2 or 3 more for the first down. Pretty clear that he's got the ability to stay on his feet and really break anything that isn't a tackle with some form, right?
Definitely, yeah. You're not going to get them shoestring tackles on him for sure, because he'll run through those.
Bonstetter with some instruction out wide to his left. Now under center. Takes the snap. Another handoff, Spoor.
And
Cuts
he's in.
Inside his own tight end and into the end zone. Touchdown, Charleston. Spoor's first score of this game. Ran 2 in last week en route to a 142-yard performance. This one here this evening gives Charleston a 11-0 lead. Weber is on the kick. Here's a snap, and it is good. 12-0 the score, as there's 5 minutes and 8 seconds left in this first quarter. We'll take a break before the Tigers get the ball back here on the Paris Sports Network.
Located at the Paris Airport, Seed Solutions wants to wish the best to all Paris Tiger teams this season. Contact Chip or Bethany Keys at 251-0153. Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home is dedicated to providing compassionate and individual attention to every family they serve, sincerely caring for your family's needs. Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home proudly supports Paris Tiger Athletics.
Charleston has it teed up, and kick is away. Another excellent kick that catches Wells on a back pedal near the goal line. Gets back to the 20-yard line, plus a few more, and that's where the Tigers will take over. Exactly 5 minutes left here in this first quarter. Charleston leads 12-0.
All right, Paris is going to start this time from the 24, and let's hope we can put a drive together, get on the scoreboard.
Drew Rogers in shotgun has Ethan Curl to his right. Line comes set. Here's the snap. Handoff. Curl nowhere to go.
Sure not much going to that left side, that's for sure. We've tried that about 3 times now, and there's just nothing there.
Tigers look over to the near sideline for the play call. Rogers in shotgun. Curl now to his left. Rigdon in front of him, but behind the line. Here's another handoff. Curl this time picks up a few yards and will carry a few Trojans another 1 or 2. Stop just short of the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down. Approaching 4 minutes to play. First quarter. Tigers need 5 for a first down. Rogers takes a snap. He'll throw. Looks to his right. Has a man on a chair route. He got bumped. There is no call as King was.
Yeah, he was going for it, but like you said, he got bumped out here when he went to make his out and up. And I think that knocked him off just enough that.
Watch the replay here as he was definitely, he was about 10 yards past the line of scrimmage when contact was made. And the side official was right there watching it. No call, and the Tigers will punt it away.
There's a little bit better punt, but.
Good kick this time, but a line drive fielded by Langdon King, who slips and falls just shy of midfield. Just a minute 17 went by on that Tiger offensive possession. Charleston will take over.
Well, they've had excellent field position. Every time they've touched the ball, they've started at their 46, our 32, and their 49 now. So
Bonstetter has Perry as the running back behind him. In motion near side is Rowe. Here's a handoff to Perry. He is dropped just a couple yards past the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down.
looks like they'll give him 3 on that one.
Charleston back to the line, this time a fullback in their formation. 1 receiver near side, 2 far side. Here's a snap, quick drop back. Here's the fade pass. There is contact downfield, and a late flag comes in.
Man, they're going to get pass interference against us now.
Waiting for the official call to come in. Odd to see the Charleston coach over there pick up the flag and give it back to the official. Usually that's frowned upon by the officials. But they did it. Nothing happened besides the call against the Tigers. So it'll be 1st and 10. Chains reset for Charleston. First long ball we've seen thrown by Bonstetter. This time he'll hand it off. Spohr is met in the backfield and stopped. Curl is there along with Mason Vitale. Brinkerhoff had broke through as well just in case those two couldn't take care of their job, but they did. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Charleston waiting for the play call to come in. This time it'll be Gavin Drake running it onto the field. Drake had one catch last week for 25 yards. Here's pitch straight to the running back, and
Curl read
Ezekiel
that.
Hall.
Yeah, Curl read that all the way.
Dropped to the backfield, big play, Ethan Curl. Sets up a 3rd and long for Charleston. Tigers still in position to make one play that gives in some momentum. And maybe even a huge play that could give the offense some good field position. That would be a turnover. Let's see if they can get it here. As a pass up into the air. It's caught, hauled in. Not going to be a first down, I believe. It's going to be really close to the sticks, as that was Jacob Rowe hauling it in.
Wells on the tackle.
And they are going to give him a first down. No measurement needed. It was within 1 yard of the line to gain, but the chains will move. .120 to play, first quarter. Bonstetter joins the huddle, calls the play, and the Trojans will go to the line. 10 seconds on the play clock. Bonstetter under center, down to 5, takes a snap, handoff Spoor.
There was a hold.
Spoor is stopped after a few-yard gain by Will Moody. Moody swings him around and down to the ground. But it'll be 2nd and short for Charleston. Spoor is once again in the backfield behind Bonstetter. Fullback between those two. Wide receivers out wide to either side. Handoff Spoor up the middle. Has another hole. Finds it. Then bounces it out wide and will go into the end zone. Another Charleston touchdown. Their 2nd of the game. Makes it 18-0. As Weber will come back on for the PAT. Everything seems to be bottled up there and in the middle for just a moment until Spoor is able to shake loose. He's done that a few times already this evening. Weber's kick is good. He snuck it through on his favorable side of the left upright. That makes it 19-0. Just 20 seconds left here in this first quarter. We'll take a quick break. Meet back here on the Parasports Network.
Moody Farms of Paris is a proud supporter of Paris Tiger student athletes. Whether they're on the court, in the field, or in the classroom, Moody Farms wants to wish all of our Tigers the best of luck this year. For nearly 100 years, farmers have counted on FS to provide agriculture-related products and services. Call 465-1560 for fuels, lubricants, or propane for home and farm use.
Back here on the Parasports Network, Tigers set to receive. 20 seconds left in this first quarter. Again, we'll keep you updated on any other scores across the area. One that I looked up real quick was Casey and OPH, Oblong Palestine Hudsonville. Casey already with a 21-0 advantage in the first quarter of that one.
Yeah, and we don't play Casey till the last game of the season.
Another kick that drives the Tigers back to the goal line. And King was in the end zone when he fielded and bobbled it, so it'll count as a touchback. And Tiger offense will take over. 20 seconds on the clock.
I'm not sure I understood that call, though. Why did they blow the play dead?
I'm guessing because He dropped it in the end zone. That's the only thing that.
Well, yeah, but it should still be a live ball. You should be able to pick it up and run. I'm not sure that he would have made it back to the 20, but it should have still been his option. It's not like he took a knee or anything.
Lenny, when you figure out what the IHSA does at their meetings, you let me know.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because
I hear you.
Your guess is as good as mine, you know what?
Yeah, I hear you.
But first play is a gain of 5 for the Tigers. And that is how this first quarter will end. We'll take another break. Teams will flip fields, and we'll be back for the second quarter on the Paris Sports Network.
Terry Elliston has been your good neighbor State Farm agent since 1981. They focus on auto, home, life, farm, and business insurance, along with financial products throughout Paris and the surrounding areas. Their mission is to put the interest of others ahead of their own. They're committed to doing whatever is needed to meet their customers' needs and to truly be a good neighbor by serving the community in which they work and live. Call State Farm for a free auto insurance quote at 465-8548.
Second and 5 to start the second quarter after the Mason Burns carry for 5 yards. He'll carry it again. Has room up the middle. Gets the first down. Gets to the 35-yard line. Explosive play right there from Burns. Pickup of 5, or 10, excuse me. And it'll reset the down for the Tigers. Bit of noise from the Tiger faithful after that first down pickup. Rodgers in shotgun. Bobbles a snap.
He dropped it.
Burns was there. I think Burns was going to take the handoff and go right anyway. So it actually bounced right off the chest of Rodgers into the hands of Burns, who asked for a sub after a loss of 5. Also have a cheerleading competition in front of us. Whatever makes a noise.
Yeah,
Lenny.
for sure. There's a completion.
That should get just as much of a reaction from this Tiger crowd.
It's going to be a first down as Wells picked up 15.
Two first downs for Paris on this drive already, as they are just 4 yards short of midfield. Good find there by Rodgers. Takes a snap, looks left, and throws an interception.
Yep, it's going to be intercepted. Looks like by number 6.
Brett Spohr. Now doing it on offense and defense. .10:43 left, second quarter. Rodgers had taken the snap and looked to his left. Trying to see who that was on the crossing route. That's who he was going for, but threw it into double coverage. Spohr looked to be in zone, and he was there for the interception. Now he lines up in the backfield. Bonstetter instead lobs one that was dangerous on his own right. Falls incomplete, and it'll be second down. Charleston changes out tight ends. Sponsetter line up under center. Takes a snap, spins around, hands off Spore.
Not
Contact
much there.
made, and
Yeah,
the
right
contact
at the
by
line, but
Curl.
He falls forward for a yard.
Curl has started to find some gaps in the Charleston blocking schemes. Able to get through, make that play. It'll bring up 3rd and 9 for Charleston. Fullback and running back behind Bonstetter. Here's the snap. Fakes a handoff, rolls to his right, lobs one over the intended target of Malik Perry, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, now what do, Clay? You're too long for a field goal and just about too close to punt.
Looks like they will bring on the punt team, and I would say their defensive success so far against us has something to do with this call. Already one safety on the night, and if they're able to pin the Tigers deep, they probably feel pretty confident right now to go up against our offense.
I got a feeling this is just going to be a pooch kick, though, because if he punts it, it's definitely going to the end zone.
End over end. Kick is fielded down at the 12-yard line. Tackle made far side. No, still loose. And pushed over out of bounds. That was King on the return. Able to pick up positive yards and get the Tigers.
It's going to be up to about maybe the 16, looks like.
.9:43 left before halftime. Rogers has Curl in the backfield with him. Curl to Rogers' right. Here's the snap.
He moved.
Nothing called, and Rogers kept it himself and picked up a yard.
I'm surprised they didn't throw a flag on that because Curl moved about a half a step too soon.
Instead of a yard, they barely gave Rogers a foot on that one. That'll be 2nd down for the Tigers. All 11 Tigers
now he
in
drops
tight.
it and just falls on it.
Rogers bobbled the snap and fell on it inside the Tigers' 10-yard line. Different look for the Tiger offense. Unable to see what they had planned for the formation. It'll be 3rd and long. Now running back to the left and right of Rogers. Clean snap. Lobs back this side to Rigdon, who is cut down quickly by Charleston's Drake. Drake, just a 5'11" defensive back cornerback, read that well, came up and made the play, and it'll be 4th and 20. Tigers will punt it away. Roush from his own end zone. Another line drive. It will be fielded at the 40-yard line. Slipping again was King. Now spins around a couple of Tigers. And he'll pick up 10, 11 yards on the return.
I thought his knee was down when he slipped. I still think he was down. Throw the challenge flag, Coach.
That's the 2nd time that King has fielded a kick and slipped. The first time did take him all the way to the ground. Maybe he forgot his cleats, Lenny.
Something.
Field looks to be in good condition.
It does, yeah.
Couple of bare spots starting at the 40-yard line and down on the north end. Snap to Bonsetter, fires across the middle. In between 3 Tiger defenders, it's caught by Jacob Rowe, and it's a gain of 9 on the play. Looked to be a Bermuda triangle of Tiger defenders, but Bonstetter fitted in the window. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Charleston. Ibacks behind Bonstetter, takes the snap. Hand off to the tailback. Powering his way is Bell to the line of scrimmage. Burns had the ball and was hoping he could take it the other way, but the whistle had been blown. And it'll be 1st down Charleston as they've picked up just enough to move the chains. Charleston had less than half the field to go on this drive, but are already milking this clock. Efficient running game under display.
There they threw a flag. Motion against Charleston.
False start will move him back 5 yards. 1st and 15.
Well, that's their first penalty of the ball game. Looks like we've had 3, so.
Bonstetter has the play, delivers it to the huddle. Now we'll line up in shotgun formation. Spoor to his left. Here's the snap. He'll roll left. Fires on the comeback. Finds his target. Langdon King holds it in and then gets down there near another 1st down for Charleston. It is a 1st down.
It is a 1st down.
Approaching 6 minutes to play here in the 2nd quarter. And
Yep. Something happened on the chains over there. I think they forgot to move the little.
The clip.
Yeah. I guess they said he didn't get the 1st down. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Yeah, it looks like it's only a 3-man crew on the chain gang over there tonight. So clip is all by itself as Charleston will pick up the 1st down on this rush.
Coffee gets his first carry of the game, and he picks up a couple.
First and 10 for Charleston. 1st and goal. Yeah, they're inside the 10. Here's a handoff up the middle and being carried by one of his teammates, and he'll get stopped just short of the goal line.
I couldn't tell who carried the ball that time. Thought it was a new guy.
Spoor's in there. Yeah, Nelson was down there blocking. Yeah, had to have been Spoor on that carry there in the cloud of dust. He's lined up at tailback now, but instead it's a sneak from Bonstetter, and he's in, but a flag comes in from the far side. We'll check the flag. Maybe too many men on the line or false start. False start on Charleston. That'll make it 2nd down for Charleston. 2nd and goal from the 6. Bonstetter He's actually out of the play right now. This is a direct snap to Spohr, who lined up as quarterback. He'll lay on the ground for a few extra seconds after taking a big lick by the linebacking crew of the Tigers. Curl broke through. I think Mason Vitale was in the backfield as well.
I think he lost a yard on that play, too, because they backed it up another yard.
Count Burns in on the stop, and it'll be 3rd down. From the 7, 3rd and goal. Bonstetter back in, whistles blow, and a timeout is called by Charleston. Let's take a quick break. 4:14 left, second quarter. Charleston, 3rd and goal. They lead 19-0 on the Paris Sports Network.
At First Farmers, we are committed to the communities we serve. For us, joining a community means more than just opening shop. We want to see businesses thrive, generational farms succeed, and local families continue to put down roots and grow. Whether you're looking for a farm loan, managing a business, building a nest egg for a new home, or searching for the personal financial tools that will set you up for financial success, we've got you covered. At First Farmers Bank and Trust in Paris.
Team's back out onto the field after that timeout. 3rd and goal from the Paris 7-yard line. Bonstetter will line up under center. Here's the snap. Tigers show pressure. They bring it. Bonstetter rolls right. He'll try to run it himself, and he's going to get into the end zone. No flags. Touchdown, Charleston. Weber on for the point after. 25-0. Charleston leads with 4:09 before halftime. Tigers had excellent coverage on the receivers on that last play. And maybe Bonstetter isn't going to have breakaway speed or rely on his legs, but he was able to find the 7 yards he needed there to get into the end zone. Weber tacks on 1. It's 26-0. And we'll take a break before the Tigers receive it once more on the Paris Sports Network. Wells and King back deep for the Tigers to receive this kickoff from Charleston's Max Weber. 26-0. King and Wells trade spaces right before Weber sends it deep. We'll see who receives it. He goes far side, and it will bounce at the 1, land at the 2. King picks it up. He'll bring it across the 10. Has space, far side now he works, spins out of danger, then is wrestled down on the sideline as he got close to the maybe 15-yard line. That's where Paris will start. First and 10 Tigers. Ball sits right at the 15-yard line. Three receivers near side for Paris. Rogers takes a snap, rolls this way, floats one on the out route, hauled in there by, catch a number on that,
2.
Carrick Mason Vitale, and he's wrestled to the ground quickly, but a gain of 5 for Paris.
Looks like 6.
Second down, Paris. Snap to Rogers. Drops back. He'll throw right now. Had a man and Ty King, but threw it 5 yards out too far in front, and it'll be third down on the incompletion. Just haven't been a lot of opportunities for Rogers to settle into a rhythm here this evening.
No, there sure hasn't.
Three receivers far side. Wells near side. Hard count from Rogers. Charleston doesn't budge. Offense will reset. Rogers takes the snap. Few steps to his right. Lobs one, takes a hit, and he throws a pick.
Picks off number.
Taken in the back defensive backfield by Chet Schrader. He'll get 10 or 15 yards on the return. Brought down inside of the Tiger 20-yard line. Flag flies. That's usually personal foul territory that time of the play. We'll check it before Charleston takes over. It is a personal foul. It's on Charleston. So that'll march them back 15 yards before they start this next drive. Charleston only sent 4 linemen on pressure that time. They were able to get through and force Rogers into a decision I don't think he was ready to make. That led to the turnover, and here's Charleston. Handoff right side, gain of maybe 1. As it was once again Spoor on the carry.
No gain, they say. So
fullback and running back behind Bonstetter. He'll take the snap, fakes the handoff, has a man across the middle, fires towards him, and it's hauled in for a touchdown.
number 11.
Connection from Bonstetter to King, cashes in, and it's 32-0. Bonstetter saw it the whole way as the single coverage on the outside. Tiger safety picked up the tight end who was running a go route up the middle of the field. Drifted a bit to the right, and that left the center of the field open for the far side receiver to make the catch. Bit of positive news for the Tigers as they blocked the PAT, broke through the line, and kept 1 point off the board for Charleston. So it'll be 32-0 next time they have the ball. 2:36 left before halftime here on the Paris Sports Network.
The skating rink at Twin Lakes, formerly known as Twin Lakes Roller Rink, has been a popular establishment in Paris for over 60 years. New owners CJ and Mary Jo Becker are bringing new life to the skating rink with arcade games, a snack bar, TV hangout area for teens, and lots of roller skating. Stop by 1250 North Main Street in Paris on Friday and Saturday nights from 6 to 10, with a fifth quarter on Friday nights until midnight, and on Sundays from 2 to 4. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming events.
Tigers back to return. This time they send Ty King and Carter Krippus back deep to return. Krippus replaces Wells. Kick will bounce into the end zone, and the touchback will be called. So Paris will start at their own 20-yard line. As big of a lead as it is, it's still just a 4-possession game. Tigers did get the ball to start the game, however, so we'll be playing defense first in the second half. So, like you've been saying, Lenny, this is ever more and more so crucial to get something going.
We got to get a score.
Here's a snap, handoff left side. Burns around the edge, picks up good yardage. Down near the 30-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down for Paris. Officials will signal first down for the Tigers as the offense is set and ready to go.
Should have been a first down, but
yeah, that was a signal, right?
Well, they didn't move the chains.
No, and the marker says second down. Now another botch snap.
Flag.
On the ground, picked up in the backfield. Checked the flag. Tigers did recover.
That's going to be a false start against Paris. I think one of our motion guys jumped the line too soon.
So that'll make it 2nd and 6. Guess the confusion there on that first big play might come back to haunt the Tigers. Now they're 5 yards further away from the first down marker. Rogers to his right, floats one, deflected, and then picked off. What a play.
Gone.
Believe that was that Spoor that got a hand on it?
I think, and
yeah,
then
it was.
Schrader intercepted.
Tough break there for the Tigers. Thrown into coverage, however, it took a heck of a play for the turnover to happen. That's what this Trojan team looks like they're capable of. A lot of athletes on the field. Ball would have been short of the 2 Tiger targets that were down there. Charleston capitalizes on it. Now they'll take over with 1:54 to play before halftime. Bonstetter takes a snap, fires across the middle, threw it low, threw that one off his back foot. Felt a little pressure from the Tiger front 7. It'll be 2nd down. Bonstetter under center. Takes a snap, hands off.
No gain there.
They'll bring up 3rd and 10. .90 seconds left on the clock. Charleston breaks the huddle. Line up with 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Now a whistle blows and a timeout called. On the field, Charleston will take their 2nd of the half. And we'll take a break before this 3rd and 10 happens on the Paris Sports Network.
Family owned in Paris for 38 years, Savoya's Pizza is the place for real Italian food. Be sure to try their famous pizza nuggets and follow them on Facebook for their latest specials. Stop by 327 North Main Street for carryout or call 217-463-2500 for delivery.
3rd and 10 for Charleston. Bonstetter will line up under center. Fullback and tailback behind him. Snap, rolls to his right, floats one, near side, flag comes flying in as the ball falls incomplete. But that's in the territory of some type of illegal contact from the defense.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Still waiting for the call. Officials using some type of microphone headset system. There's the call, and it's a pass interference on Charleston. Break for Paris. Don't see a ton of contact or created separation on the replay.
It's a 15-yard penalty, though, for offensive pass interference, I guess. So.
Yeah, not totally sure if that was on the intended target or there's also the slot receiver in that general vicinity. Yeah, but either way, now it brings up 3rd and 25 for Charleston. How about a pick right here, Lenny?
That would sure look good.
Bonstetter, pump fakes, now over the middle. Big hit and incomplete pass, as that was, I think, Spoor who had his hands on it. Then he got leveled and dropped to the 40. Ball flew out of his hands, and it'll be 4th down.
And then Jacob Rowe almost caught it.
That would sum up the Tigers' luck, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
4th down, punt upcoming from Charleston. And it's a snap to the up back. Charleston will pick up 6 on the fake punt.
That was Bonstetter that took that snap.
And the Tigers will take over right around midfield at their own 49-yard line. I'd call that another break for the Tigers,
Yep.
and a decision I don't know if I would have had the confidence to make or the comfortability to make. You punt it there and pin the Tigers deep and
yeah.
you're headed to the second half knowing you get the ball first, right?
But you've already got a 32-point lead, so I guess it doesn't really matter. They feel pretty confident in their defense, I think. So
Rogers takes a snap.
There's a
Flag
flag.
flies in. Curl rolled out to the right. Now Rogers will just throw this one out of bounds. We'll check the flag.
I'm not sure it's going to matter. I think this play's coming back for the penalty. Unless maybe Charleston was offsides, maybe. Nope. It's going to be false start, Paris.
There was a lot of movement pre-play, but Tigers appeared to be set. Yeah, actually not totally sure what the flag came in for there. Let me go back and watch that 2 or 3 times to see. Definitely no movement in the couple of seconds before the snap was made. Either way, it's 1st and 15. A long pass from Rogers down the sideline into coverage. 3 Trojans down there, 2 Tigers. A Trojan hauled it in, but he was out of bounds. It'll be an incomplete pass. I think that last call, I think they're saying the Tigers had 5 men in the backfield as there were 3 receivers lined up off the line. So
Okay.
that's the only thing that I can pull from any replays. Be 2nd and 15, 48 seconds left. Rogers
he's gonna
feeling
get hammered.
pressure. 2 Trojans in the backfield. He'll get rid of it.
He just
Threw it at the feet of Ethan Curl, incomplete.
Smart move, though, because he was going to bite it big time if he hadn't have chucked it.
Lives to see another down. It'll be 3rd and long. Here's the snap to Rogers. Hand off to Curl, who stays on his feet for a few more steps. Picked up a yard in the process, and that was just to get back to the. Now, actually, still lost a few yards from the line of scrimmage.
Lost a couple more.
"36 seconds left. A timeout is called. We'll just keep it right here as we get set to finish out this first half. Again, we'll check on scores during this halftime. 3 teams in the LIC won week 1. I already mentioned that Casey is hosting OPH. Lawrenceville is hosting Red Hill. Red Hill is who Casey beat week 1. That was a final score of 26-0 Casey. Marshall has traveled to Moweaqua Central A&M. Mount Carmel is in Effingham.
That ought to be a tough game.
Absolutely. Newton is playing PBL, Paxton Buckley Loda. I think that high school is in Paxton. That's where Newton's at this evening. Olney's in Mattoon, and Robinson is in Taylorville. Here's the snap, a good snap. Punt is away.
A good punt.
Nice kick. It's hauled in by Charleston. This is King, who gets wrapped around and brought down shy of the 40-yard line, and that's where Charleston will take over. 29 seconds left. Let's see what they have in mind.
That was a good tackle down there by Wells, so he must be okay. There's only 29 seconds left to go, so I'm not sure Charleston will really.
Yeah, they've got Langdon King deep, so assume this will just be kneel down. And it will. That'll send the teams into the locker rooms. 32-0 the score as the first half will come to an end. Charleston will stay out on the field. Tigers will head into the school. We'll take a break, few-minute break, and be back here with first half stats and those score updates on the Paris Sports Network.
White Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning have been your hometown boys for over 50 years, offering 23.5-hour service. That's right, they need a half hour for coffee. Call John at 217-465-3195. Country Financial representatives Mark Gladding, Jim Blue, Katie Schopfmeyer, and Dan Phipps proudly support our student athletes. Give them a call at 465-8320 or stop by their office at 802 North Main Street in Paris. Make plans to attend Lake Ridge Christian Church this Sunday, either for their traditional service at 8 a.m. or their contemporary service at 10:30 a.m. There's something for everyone at Lake Ridge, from infants to the more seasoned generation. Visit their website at lakeridgechurch.org or find them on Facebook to watch their service each Sunday morning at 10:30. Ingram's Waste Disposal offers residential and commercial trash pickup, commercial compactor service, roll-off service, and mini roll-off services. Call Scott, Kathy, Mary Jo, or Bethany at 465-3335. Ingram Waste Disposal, proudly serving Edgar and Clark County since 1950. If you're looking for agricultural, business, or personal loans, Longview Bank and Trust has you covered. They can even help you with investment options and online banking. With locations in Paris, Crispin, Georgetown, and Marshall, they're always ready with the services you need. Look them up online at longviewbt.com. The Paris Sports Network would like to give a big thank you to our affiliate sponsors for their support of Paris Tiger Athletics: the Mary Lupine family, Paul and Kathy Porter, Mark and Holly at Winans Farms, Tom and Marnita Stuck, Jim and Kay Taylor, and Steve and Lynn Young. Cornerstone Building Brands is the largest manufacturer of exterior building products in North America, servicing commercial, residential, and repair and remodel markets. They're the #1 manufacturer of vinyl siding, windows, and metal accessories, as well as North America's top choice in metal roofing and wall systems. With an expansive product offering and more than 100 locations, they're committed to providing high-quality exterior building solutions that their customers and communities can count on. That's Cornerstone Building Brands in Paris.
Angels and Demons, arranged and composed by Randall Standridge. This powerful show depicts the eternal struggle between good and evil. Tonight, the show will feature solos by senior Brennan Hemrich and junior Emerson Barrett on mellophone, and guard solo by David Hawkins. Now, let's enjoy Angels and Demons, Part 1 and 2. One more hand for the Paris High School Marching Tigers. The Marching Tigers are under the direction of Dr. Kevin Pruitt, Assistant Director Jessica Henderson, Color Guard Instructors Zach and Haley Cassad, Percussion Technicians Jonathan Warren and Eric Hendrickson, and Choreographer Carly Tessero.
With 2 convenient locations in Paris and Kansas, Templeton Funeral Home is always there providing the care and service you and your loved ones deserve. Pete, Mark, and the staff at Templeton Funeral Home would like to wish all the Tigers the best of luck this season. Go Tigers! North American Lighting is a leading supplier of automotive lighting systems in North America, and they're proud supporters of Paris Tiger Athletics. They'd like to wish all the Tigers the best of luck this sporting season. Located at the Paris Airport, Seed Solutions wants to wish the best to all Paris Tiger teams this season. Contact Chip or Bethany Keys at 251-0153. Stuart and Carol Funeral Home is dedicated to providing compassionate and individual attention to every family they serve, sincerely caring for your family's needs. Stuart and Carol Funeral Home proudly supports Paris Tiger Athletics. Moody Farms of Paris is a proud supporter of Paris Tiger student athletes. Whether they're on the court, in the field, or in the classroom, Moody Farms wants to wish all of our Tigers the best of luck this year. Terry Elliston has been your good neighbor State Farm agent since 1981. They focus on auto, home, life, farm, and business insurance, along with financial products throughout Paris and the surrounding areas. Their mission is to put the interest of others ahead of their own. They're committed to doing whatever is needed to meet their customers' needs and to truly be a good neighbor by serving the community in which they work and live. Call State Farm for a free auto insurance quote at 465-8548. For nearly 100 years, farmers have counted on FS to provide agriculture-related products and services. Call 465-1560 for fuels, lubricants, or propane for home and farm use.
We are many, we are one. You have so much to give, continuing what we've begun, helping our families to truly live. I will, you will, together we will show some heart, do our part, take a compassionate stand for good, forever, for Edgar County, ECCF.
Edgar County Community Foundation.
At First Farmers, we are committed to the communities we serve. For us, joining a community means more than just opening shop. We want to see businesses thrive, generational farms succeed, and local families continue to put down roots and grow. Whether you're looking for a farm loan, managing a business, building a nest egg for a new home, or searching for the personal financial tools that will set you up for financial success, we've got you covered. At First Farmers Bank and Trust in Paris. The skating rink at Twin Lakes, formerly known as Twin Lakes Roller Rink, has been a popular establishment in Paris for over 60 years. New owners CJ and Mary Jo Becker are bringing new life to the skating rink with arcade games, a snack bar, TV hangout area for teens, and lots of roller skating. Stop by 1250 North Main Street in Paris on Friday and Saturday nights from 6 to 10, with a fifth quarter on Friday nights until midnight. And on Sundays, owned in Paris for 38 years. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming events for real Italian food. Be sure to try their famous pizza nuggets and follow them on Facebook for their latest specials. Stop by 327 North Main Street for carryout or call 217-463-2500 for delivery. White Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning have been your hometown boys for over 50 years, offering 23.5-hour service. That's right, they need a half hour for coffee. Call John at 217-465-3195. Country Financial representatives Mark Gladding, Jim Blue, Katie Schopmeyer, and Dan Phipps proudly support our student athletes. Give them a call at 465-8320 or stop by their office at 802 North Main Street in Paris. Make plans to attend Lake Ridge Christian Church this Sunday, either for their traditional service at 8 a.m. or their contemporary service at 10:30 a.m. There's something for everyone at Lake Ridge, from infants to the more seasoned generation. Visit their website at lakeridgechurch.org or find them on Facebook to watch their service each Sunday morning at 10:30.
We're at the tail end of halftime here on the Paris Sports Network. Paris High School, Tigers trailed Charleston 32-0. And I'll turn it over to my partner, Lenny Irwin, to go through first half stats.
Well, it's been all Charleston in the first half. Paris hadn't got a whole lot to show for it, so we'll start with the Trojan stats to begin with. Luke Bonstetter, the quarterback, he's got 2 carries for 13 yards. Their big stud, Brett Spohr, has 15 carries for 66 yards. Ezekiel Hall, 1 carry for -2. Malik Perry, 1 carry for 3. Cody Bell, 1 carry for 2. And Ben Coffey, 1 carry for 2. Throwing the ball, Bonstetter is 6 out of 11 for 92 yards and a touchdown. Landon King has 2 catches for 40 yards. Jacob Rowe has 2 catches for 22. Aiden Archibald has 1 catch for 14, and Malik Perry has 1 catch for 16. The Trojans scored 4 times in the first quarter. The first was a 35-yard field goal by Wepper. That put them up 3-0. Then Rogers got sacked in the end zone for a safety. That put them up 5-0. Thinking things, well, you know, Tigers are still in this. Then it was a 4-yard run by Spohr. That put them up 12-0. You're thinking, you know, we're still in this. We're only down 2 scores. Then it was another 18-yard run by Spohr. That put them up 19-0. Then in the second quarter, it was a 7-yard run by Bonstetter. The kick was still good, and that put them up 26-0. And then right at the end of the second quarter, it was a 25-yard pass from Bonstetter to King. And the kick that time was blocked, but that makes your score at halftime 32-0 Trojans. For the Tigers, Rogers has been sacked twice for a -20. Burns has 3 carries for 25 yards. Ethan Curl has 5 carries for 7 yards. And Calvin Rigdon has 1 carry for no yards. Throwing the ball, Rogers has been pressured all night. He's 3 out of 12 for 21 yards and 3 interceptions. Spoor picked him off the first time, and Schrader picked him off the last 2 times. Catching the ball, I've got Mason Vitale with 1 catch for 6, and Robert Wells has 1 catch for 15. And that's your first half stats.
Tigers are out on the field, ready for this kickoff.
They're ready to go, and there's still a minute 10 on the clock. So
Charleston will receive. Just to go through a handful of other scores from around the LIC. Casey is up on Oblong Palestine Hudsonville 56-0. Lawrenceville leads Red Hill 24-6. Marshall trails Moweaqua Central A&M 21-14. Mount Carmel leads Effingham 7-0. PBL leads Newton 20-8. And Taylorville is up on Robinson 14-7. Back on the field here in front of you, Wells is set to kick off. Sends it straight ahead, fielded there by Langdon King. Works to his left, hops back from a Tiger tackler, picks up a few more yards, and is brought down near the 35-yard line of Charleston.
I believe that's the worst field position they've had all night.
Tiger comeback starts with a stop right here.
Yeah, let's hope so. Looks like they're going to start from their 34, so.
Bonstetter under center. Takes a snap. Handoff to Spoor right up the middle, and he's across midfield. He might go. 2 Tigers in pursuit. King is one of them. Diving on the play is Hutchings. He can't trip him up, and Spoor scores on the first play of the second half. I'm not sure he was touched on the play,
I'm not
Lenny.
sure either.
Nothing fancy, just straight up the gut.
Straight up the middle.
It makes it 38-0.
That was a 66-yard run, and he had 66 yards in the first half. So
that'll put him over 100 on the day. He's 2 for 2 doing that this season. 142 a week ago. Here's a fake. Shuffled up towards the back, who ran behind the line of scrimmage. He fumbled it, and the ball is recovered short of the goal line, so it will remain 38-0. Charleston looking for 2 more that would put this in running clock territory. Took that PAT chance away from Max Weber. If you were watching the live stream during halftime, you saw Weber out there kicking 50-plus yard field goals.
it was pretty impressive.
Some of them through the uprights with ease. So now the Tigers will receive Charleston's kickoff, their first offensive possession of the second half.
Yeah, I couldn't quite figure out why they was going for 2, but now I kind of get it. Like you said, it had been a running clock had he have made it, so. I didn't think that started till the 4th quarter, does it?
I think that's right. King and Wells deep for Paris. Weber set to kick.
Now they switch sides. I don't know that makes a difference. But
We'll see if Weber goes left like he has all night. He does. Into the hands of the up back, Maddox Hutchings. He'll come left now towards us. Now cut back up the middle of the field, and a good gain from Hutchings. He got across the 35-yard line.
all right. Paris football on to 37. I believe that's our best field position tonight. So
Drew Rogers trots out to the huddle. Offense up to the line. Rogers has Burns to his right. 3 receivers near side. Here's the snap. Takes a handoff to Burns, fires over the outstretched arms of Schrader, the defender, but it's also over the head of his intended target.
yeah, King just stood out there and watched it fly over. He didn't even put his hands up. He knew it was going to be incomplete.
Rogers back in shotgun. Again, 3 receivers wide to his left. He'll take the snap. Looks near side, now has to escape pressure. Has 3 Trojans chasing him. Floats one out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Not good. It's going to bring up 3rd down and still 10 to go.
Burns again lines up as a running back. Wells and Rigdon near side. Rogers takes a snap, looks far side. He will run it himself, put his head down, and picks up just 1 on the play. It'll be 4th and 9 for the Tigers. Gabe Roush will check in. Minute gone by in this 3rd quarter. Snap and the kick is away. Another quality punt from Roush. Hauled in by King, who spins out of a tackle. There's a block in the back. Flag comes flying in, and King is tackled.
So, okay, good deal.
King goes down at the 45-yard line, but they'll march that back on the penalty. Officials will step Charleston back inside their 30-yard line, down to the 27. It'll be 1st and 10 from there, Charleston. Bonstetter under center. Takes a snap. Pressure from the Tigers. Gets through, but not before Spoor is already through his hole, picking up 5 or 6 on the play. Stopped there, but it'll be good gain on 1st down and bring up 2nd and 4. Two minutes gone by, 3rd quarter. Burns comes around near side on the end. Unable to get pressure as the pass is quick out far side to, I believe that's King on the reception.
I think it is, and he's going to have enough for a 1st down.
First and 10, Charleston. See how long Charleston elects to keep their starters in the game. Bonstetter runs the play in. We'll have 1 running back and Malik Perry behind him. Here's the snap. Handoff to Perry. Up the gut. Gain of 1. Rigdon was there on the stop. Curl made headway through the line as well. Brinkerhoff at the bottom of the pile for the Tigers. We gave him 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Tigers stack the line. Here's a quick pass near side over the head of Luke Nelson. Nelson a bit hobbled on his way back to the huddle.
Yeah, as I say, he jumped straight up to catch that, and I think when he came down, he rolled his ankle a little bit. I thought he was going to go down for a second. But
Nelson, a 6'3" receiver for this Charleston team. Langdon King, you've heard his name a handful of times tonight, also listed at 6'3". Here's a snap to Bonstetter, pitch left side. Spoor picks up yardage for close to a first down. It'll be 4th and short. Bonstetter under center, fullback and tailback behind him. Takes a snap. Here's a handoff on 4th down.
He got tripped up.
Won't
He didn't make it.
Curl busted through. He's hobbled now as he'll make his way back to the Tiger sideline. Able to make the big play to turn over on downs.
I'm not sure who carried that ball, though. I think it was Perry, wasn't it? I think he just come up short, though. But
Paris will take over from their own 46-yard line. Here's a quick pass connected from Rogers to Mason Vitale. Good quick play there. Efficient route. Rogers connects. It'll be 2nd and 3. 38-0. Rogers shotgun, takes a snap, handoff Rigdon up the middle. He'll fight forward for maybe 2 on the play.
So you got a couple of them.
Just short of the yard to gain. It'll be 3rd down. Even if the comeback's out of the question here, Lenny, obviously be nice to get this ball down the field and learn a few things about what you can do on the offensive side of the ball. Tigers looking for a first down on this play. 3rd and 1. Rogers takes a snap. Here's a handoff. Burns spins out of a tackle, falls forward, and picks up the first down.
Yep, I was going to say, he should have it. Haven't said that much tonight.
Rogers has running back to either side, 2 receivers far out to the right. Picks one handoff, now gives to Burns. Has room to move. Gets near side down the sideline. Picks up yards after the first down marker. And the chains will move once more. Drew Rogers over to get the play call from Coach Clodfelter. Tigers back to the line of scrimmage. Snap to Rogers. Handoff Burns. Cuts up the middle. Picks up 5 or 6. Runs into a Charleston Trojan. Brought down after a gain of maybe 7. Under 6 minutes to play, third quarter. Second three, Paris. Rogers takes a snap. Moves to his right. Fires right at the marker. And it is going to be caught over on that far side.
I wasn't sure they was going to give him the catch.
Looks like Rigdon on the far side. He hauled it in. It'll be third and short for the Tigers. Few quick passes from Rogers this possession. Worked out well so far for the Tigers. Here's a snap. Handoff. Up the gut goes Curl. He's met right at the line and driven backwards. No gain on the play.
Yeah, I think they was waiting on Curl. They're definitely keying on him.
Burns replaces Mason Vitale. And it'll be Burns and Curl in the backfield with Rogers. Play call comes in.
I believe I'd run that counter play, fake it to Curl first, and then give it to Burns.
Pistol formation. Here's the snap. Handoff. Curl makes a cut to the right. Has room. Makes another move. Gets around a block out there wide on the side by King. Towards the pylon he goes. He'll be tackled and pushed out of bounds just short of the goal line. It'll be first and goal, Tigers. Excellent blocking out on the wide side by Ty King. As Curl made a few really good moves. Took great vision from the senior running back. And the Tigers knocking on the door. Rogers in shotgun. Takes the snap. Fakes a handoff. He'll try to run himself to the left side, and he's in. Touchdown, Tigers. Rogers scores, gets the Tigers on the board. It's 38-6. As the PAT team is on the field. Wells to kick from straight on. Snap barely got down in time, but it does. And the kick is good. That makes the score 38-7 Charleston, 4:17 left, third quarter. We'll take a break. Be back for the kickoff on the Paris Sports Network.
If you're looking for agricultural, business, or personal loans, Longview Bank and Trust has you covered. They can even help you with investment options and online banking. With locations in Paris, Crispin, Georgetown, and Marshall, they're always ready with the services you need. Look them up online at longviewbt.com. The Paris Sports Network would like to give a big thank you to our affiliate sponsors for their support of Paris Tiger Athletics. The Mary Lupine family, Paul and Kathy Porter, Mark and Holly at Winans Farms, Tom and Marnita Stuck, Jim and Kay Taylor, and Steve and Lynn Young.
Welcome back, Paris Sports Network. Do want to thank all of our sponsors that have jumped on board already early in this season. Appreciate your support and getting all those ads worked up. You've been hearing those commercials throughout the night, so still plenty of time to contact one of us with the Paris Sports Network and get your company or entity or family represented as one of our sponsors that allow us to do these games. Here's Charleston breaking loose. That's Langdon King, who has been looking just like he's dying to break one of these loose all night with spin moves and jukes. This time he does, and he is well into Tiger territory.
Yeah. Quite a return by King.
Bonstetter still out there for the Charleston offense. They start at the Paris 29-yard line. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle, wrapped around and brought down by Burns is Cody Bell. It'll be second down. Charleston offense won't be in any rush between plays. Play call comes in with Bonstetter. I formation for the Trojans. Hard count. Now a handoff. Again, I think it was Bell. And he's brought down after a gain of 1 or 2. Maybe 3 on the play to bring up 3rd and 6 for Charleston. .250 to play, third quarter. Fullback and tailback in the backfield behind Bonstetter. Here's the snap. Handoff. Again, it's Bell. And he'll run through a Tiger or 2. Finally brought down just shy of the yard to gain at the 20-yard line.
It's going to bring up 4th and 1, so we'll see what Charleston's going to do. Like you said, they're going to be in no hurry, I don't think.
Bonstetter to the line. Each time he checks left and right, barks a few orders out to his teammates, now takes a snap. Here's Bell, clear hole to pick up the first down and then some. Down inside the 5 where he's stopped. Has a few teammates trying to push him closer to that goal line. They're unable to. Tigers stood strong, but that was well too late from turning the ball over. It'll be 1st and goal.
Well, he picked up 14 on that one.
Minute and a half left on the clock in this third quarter. Bonstetter under center. Spoor in the backfield. Here's the handoff to Spoor. He's going to be stopped short. Just a gain of a couple of feet, maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal. Charleston's huddle waits for their quarterback to join him with the play. Breaking the huddle, they'll go 2 receivers wide left, 1 to the right. 2 tight ends set with a single running back behind Bonstetter. He gets the handoff up the gut. He is going to be stopped just short is the initial marking. And that'll stay true. It'll be 3rd and goal for Charleston.
That was Coffee that time on the carry, so.
The clock will run out in this third quarter. Teams will head down to the other end to start the fourth quarter. Charleston leads 38-7 here on the Paris Sports Network.
Cornerstone Building Brands is the largest manufacturer of exterior building products in North America, servicing commercial, residential, and repair and remodel markets. They're the #1 manufacturer of vinyl siding, windows, and metal accessories, as well as North America's top choice in metal roofing and wall systems. With an expansive product offering and more than 100 locations, they're committed to providing high-quality exterior building solutions that their customers and communities can count on. That's Cornerstone Building Brands in Paris.
Both teams back out onto the field from their sideline during that timeout. Tigers looking to make a goal line stand. It's third down, 3rd and goal for Charleston from the Paris 1-yard line. Bonstetter has Bell behind him and a fullback in between. Here's the snap, handoff to Bell. He is going to just break the plane. Touchdown, Charleston. That makes it 44-7.
Well, they've scored in every quarter of this ball game, so I guess that's only fitting.
Low snap, so it's picked up by Spoor, and he is spun around and dropped. So the PAT try no good. Unable to make anything happen on the bad snap. And it'll stay 44-7. Want to mention the success of girls tennis team so far this season. They're 3-0. It was tough for a week or so for them to find anybody to play them because it's so hot.
Yeah,
all the matches getting canceled and a lot of teams declining the trip to come play Paris, but they've been able to get 3 days worth of tennis in. 3-0.
Well, it sounds like your volleyball team's doing really well.
Volleyball undefeated as well, 5-0. Busy week upcoming for the volleyball team. Couple of home matches, one on Wednesday, one on Thursday. First LIC match on Thursday, as we'll host Casey here at the high school.
Looks like you got, what, South Vermilion on Wednesday and Casey on Thursday?
Yeah. South Vermilion usually a decent volleyball program. Maybe our toughest test to date. That'll be after the Georgetown match on the road on Tuesday. Then a week from Saturday is the annual Shelbyville invite, and that's always one of those days where you just hope we're not all wanting to pull each other's hair out by the time that one's over.
It's over, huh?
5 matches. It's a long day of volleyball, but you go in there and win a couple, you never know what could happen when you get to bracket play. So also looking forward to that one because we'll get to face the same Charleston school in that Shelbyville invite. So
there you go.
Last year beat Charleston in 3 sets. Try to do it in 2 sets this year and maybe get a bit of revenge for our boys here who have run up against a very good Charleston team. Handoff to Burns. He runs towards the left end of the line, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they say he got one, but I'm not sure. I beg to differ almost, but yeah, they gave him about a foot maybe.
Drew Rogers in shotgun. Back to his left and his right.
Bad snap.
Picks it up. Still going to try to throw it. Now runs to his right and gets hammered from his right side.
He did.
It was the Charleston Trojan who had ran past and missed his first attempt at a sack, but collected the sack on his second try. And it'll be third and very long.
Yeah, it's going to be a loss of 9, it looks like.
Rogers takes the snap. Takes a handoff, now throws it short left. Here's Burns, a great cut. Mason Burns, he'll pick up a first down. Huge play for the Tigers. And the junior running back scampers for a huge gain. 20 plus, maybe 25 yards on the gain.
Well, it started at the 11, so see where they actually finally spot it.
Looks like 35 or 36.
I'm giving him 36.
Now 3 receivers near side. Snap, flag flies, and we got a official counting. I believe he was counting players in black jerseys. Let's see if he counted 11 or 12. That's on Charleston. Yeah, they had 12 men out on the field. They get the 12th man off. Paris gains 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5. Rogers rolling right, looking deep now across the middle. Floats one to Wells, who hauls it in. Another big play, huge chunky yards. Wells caught it, took a hit, held on to it. It's a first down, Tigers. Paris back to the line. Rogers comes in from the sideline with the play call. Here's the snap to Rogers. Drops back. 6 on the pressure. Wide open is Ty King. Hauls it in across the middle of the field. Makes 1 man miss. Now 2. Here's 3. Trying to shake the 4th. Nearly does. He's held on to by his jersey. There's a face mask. 2 flags come in to give the Tigers another set of yards after Ty King makes another big play for Paris. Face mask is the call. It'll be just half the distance to the goal as the Tigers are in the red zone. Charleston will take a timeout with 9:37 left, fourth quarter. We'll take a break with them on the Paris Sports Network.
North American Lighting is a leading supplier of automotive lighting systems in North America, and they're proud supporters of Paris Tiger Athletics. They'd like to wish all the Tigers the best of luck this sporting season. Located at the Paris Airport, Seed Solutions wants to wish the best to all Paris Tiger teams this season. Contact Chip or Bethany Keys at 251-0153.
$9:37 left, fourth quarter. Tigers in the red zone. Another update I pulled from middle of that break. Tri-County and Cerro Gordo trail CGB 10-0 at the half. Rogers brings a man in motion. It's King. Here's a fake, a handoff, then up the gut. goes Burns, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Paris. Burns gets in, makes it 44-13.
That was from the 4.
Trying to see on the replay.
I think it was from the 4.
Yeah, I called the 4 or 5.
Okay.
Wells adds a point on the PAT to make it 44-14. And the entire Tiger team will huddle up over here on the near sideline before this kickoff. This is a situation where down by 30, just 9:30 left. Coach is going to be looking for who's still in this one, who still can contribute, whether it's against Charleston's first team or second team. Might take more than a miracle to come back and make this a game, but a lot more on the line right now than a win and a loss as far as what type of team Paris has going forward.
Got to see who's still got the want to in them and the desire.
We'll see if the Tigers elect to go onside here. A lot of good athletes on the field.
You got to kick it deep, I think, and pin them deep. But I don't know. But on the other hand, I guess you could try to go onside and maybe recover a botched kick. So
Tigers have a lot of good athletes on the field, which would be beneficial whatever they choose to do here. A few of the Trojans come up a bit closer to their front line. Wells back up and kick it away. Straight on delivery, fielded by Langdon King. Finds a little space near side, gets across the 30-yard line and brought down there. Rigdon was on the stop. Charleston will take over there. Bonstetter still in for Charleston. Actually, the only quarterback listed on the Charleston roster. He'll take the snap, maybe a bit of a bobble, then a botched handoff. Now a fumble. Turnover. Tigers back the other way. A scoop and score. It's Carrick Mason Vitale. Touchdown, Paris.
Sweet.
9:14 left, and the Tigers have just scored 2 touchdowns in the matter of seconds. It was a bad snap and a botched handoff, and then trying to look and see. Moody had his arms wrapped around the quarterback. Not sure if he forced the fumble or not, but he was a part of the play. PAT is too low, and it'll go down as a block for Charleston. But Paris scores again. It's 44-20. Let's take a break and be back on the Paris Sports Network with 9:14 left in the game.
Moody Farms of Paris is a proud supporter of Paris Tiger student athletes. Whether they're on the court, in the field, or in the classroom, Moody Farms wants to wish all of our Tigers the best of luck this year. For nearly 100 years, farmers have counted on FS to provide agriculture-related products and services. Call 465-1560 for fuels, lubricants, or propane for home and farm use.
Here's the kickoff from Wells. It's fielded by King over here near the sideline. Makes a couple more Tigers miss. Now skips through a leg tackle. He's finally pushed out of bounds across the 45-yard line, and that's where Charleston will take over. Trying to see on that replay who joined Moody on that forced fumble. I believe it was Robert Wells who came in and got his head right on the football. Popped it loose, and Mason Vitale did the rest. Here's a Charleston handoff that'll pick up 1 on the play as Bell carried. Bonstetter over to get the next play from the Charleston sideline. Trojan offense to the line. Play clock down to 5. Here's a snap. Bonstetter's going to throw it. Far side. Hauled in there.
Oh, man.
King missed on the far side as Chase Cloud brought it in and picked up a first down for Charleston.
Who made the catch?
81.
81, okay. I thought it looked like 21, and I was looking for a 21, and I didn't see one. So.
Under 8 minutes to play in this one. Bonstetter under center. Again waits till there's under 5 on the play clock. Handoff to the fullback. Coffee through the hole, picks up 3 or 4 for Charleston. It'll be second down. Second and 7. Bonstetter with 2 backs behind him. Tiger defense crowds the line. There's the snap. Handoff. Running to the left end is Hall of Charleston, and he's going to pick up 6 on the play. Tigers will travel to Marshall next week. It'll be their first LIC game of the season. Marshall lost their first contest. Currently in Moweaqua playing Central A&M right now. Last score update I could find was Marshall was trailing 21-14. Hall another carry. Breaks loose.
I think he's gone.
And he's not going to be pulled down or stopped.
He's not.
Touchdown, Charleston. Charleston gets to 50 on the scoreboard, and they extend their lead back out to 30 points. Weber on for the point after. His kick is up, and it is off the upright and bounces back out, no good. That upright might shake the rest of the night, Lenny.
He hit it pretty solid. It's still, it's still shaking.
So that keeps the score at 50-20. Just a second under 6 minutes to play in this one. We'll take a break. Be back here on the Paris Sports Network.
The skating rink at Twin Lakes, formerly known as Twin Lakes Roller Rink, has been a popular establishment in Paris for over 60 years. New owners CJ and Mary Jo Becker are bringing new life to the skating rink with arcade games, a snack bar, TV hangout area for teens, and lots of roller skating. Stop by 1250 North Main Street in Paris on Friday and Saturday nights from 6 to 10, with a fifth quarter on Friday nights until midnight, and on Sundays from 2 to 4. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming events.
Wells and King deep for the Tigers to return this Weber kickoff. He sends it over the head of Ty King into the end zone for a touchback. Tigers will take over at their own 20-yard line. And they trail by 30 here to Charleston. Rogers in shotgun.
Bad snap again.
Goes through his hands as it was a low snap. And a jump pass from Rogers to the opposite side of where he was moving. Incomplete. Flag on the play.
I'm wondering if we might have a lineman downfield on that one maybe. I don't know for sure, but. Yeah, they pick up the flag, so.
We're going to wave the flag off. So it'll be 2nd and 10 Tigers. 5:54 left, fourth quarter. Tiger offense continues to look for something to build on headed into next week's matchup with Marshall. Here's the snap, handled by Rogers, rolls to his right, looking deep, fires for King.
That's going to be picked off. Oh, should have been.
Rogers threw up a ball without the spiral that he wanted, and it fell right into the hands of Paris Coopwood for Charleston, but he was unable to handle it, dropped it. New life for Paris, it's 3rd and 10. King had his defender beat. If Rogers was maybe able to set up and throw and get rid of that one just a few seconds earlier, might have been able to lead King on his way down the field. Here's a pass, far side Burns, shakes one tackle, goes out of bounds after a good gain on 3rd down. It'll make it 4th and manageable. Mason Burns has turned himself in a good night here against Charleston. Not a lot of huge bright spots for Paris, but his motors ran all night, especially on this offensive end. This time he's going to block to Rogers'
Oh,
right.
bad pass.
And a pass that sails wide of Rigdon. So a turnover on downs gives it back to Charleston. 5:34 remaining in this one. Bonstetter still in for Charleston. Tiger defense late to get set. Now they do. Bonstetter goes under center. Takes a snap. Handoff. This is Alex Matheny on the rush. Picks up just a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for Charleston. And we do have an injury timeout. Tiger is slow to get up over on the far sideline. Can't tell if that's 51. Has Will been having an orange towel in his belt?
It looks like him.
Back up on his feet. Slowly making his way over as a few of the coaches from the staff going to help him out. One disadvantage that all Tiger athletic teams are facing this year is no athletic trainer assistance. Last week saw North Vermilion's athletic trainer help out when Paris had a few athletes cramp up.
Yeah, everybody was cramping up last week.
Don't blame them either, right?
Yeah, 97-degree heat and humidity, and
Yep.
no matter how many fluids you drink, I don't think it helped.
Will has made his way off to the sideline. He'll come down and get a drink as Charleston will wait for the play clock to run down. Just now inside 10 seconds. 5 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Snap, handoff, up the middle, finding a hole and picking up 6 or 7 on the play was Matheny. Four and a half left on the clock. Just about all the crowd is stuck around to watch this game in its entirety.
Pretty much. There's been a few leave. But for the most part, they're mostly still here.
Very comfortable evening weather-wise here in Paris.
Looks like Matheny picked up the first down. No, I guess it wasn't. Who did they say? Burnell?
First and goal for Charleston. Next time they'll snap it, they'll be at the Tiger 9-yard line. Bonstetter a little slower getting back to the huddle this time as play clock's under 10 seconds. Charleston might have to hurry to get this one off in time. They do. Hand off to the fullback. There's Brunette on the carry again. Picks up 2 on the play. Second goal upcoming for Charleston. .250 left. Try and check again on a few of those scores that we've mentioned throughout the evening. Central A&M up 29-14 on Marshall as into the end zone goes Matheny. Touchdown Charleston. That'll extend their lead to 36 before the PAT attempt. 29-14, Central A&M leads Marshall. That game also in the fourth quarter. Looks like Marshall will be 0-2 in the matchup next week with your Tigers in Marshall. Extra point attempt for Weber is no good as the snap rolled back to the holder. And that'll keep it at 56-20. KZ wins 63-0 over Oblong Palestine Hudsonville. At last check, Lawrenceville was up on Red Hill by a score of 24-6.
Mount Carmel Effingham game, that would be the key matchup, I think. That's two tough programs.
Yeah, that one was 7-0. Mount Carmel scored first. Maybe even saw that they scored on the first possession or first play of that one. No update on the Lawrenceville score. Check in on Mount Carmel and Effingham. Effingham leads that game with 6:21 left in the fourth by 7 points. It's 21-14. Effingham over Mount Carmel. Newton was having a really tough time with PBL at last check. That one is final, 55-8. Paxton Buckley Loda over Newton. And the only game that I couldn't find a score on was Olney and Mattoon. We'll check for that one more time.
Everybody lined up on the wrong sides of the field. The officials got them all straightened back out. Got a bunch of young guys back there in the back this time around. Looks like 15's back there. That's Carter Krippus. Looks like Andre Calhoun was back there. Who else was back there? Looks like 31 Dawson Rogers was deep. Some of these young guys, give them a chance, but that ball sails into the end zone and through. So it's going to be a touchback.
2:33 left in the game.
Looks like we might have a whole bunch of new numbers out there.
Yeah, most of the Tiger starters. See them on your camera over here on the sideline.
We got a different quarterback, that's for sure, because Drew Rogers is standing down here with his helmet off.
Running the ball this time for the Tigers. Skylar Sweet runs near side on the sweep after he took the handoff from Braden Rogers. Rogers, a sophomore for the Tigers. Wears 18. Lines up in shotgun. Running back to his right. Here's the snap. Just about dropped it, but kept a hold of it, then handed it off. A whistle blows before the ball comes loose from Sweet's hands. Loss of yards on the play. That'll bring up second down. Receiver near side is Carter Krippus for the Tigers. Braden Rogers in shotgun. Gets low in his stance, takes the snap, fires high through the hands of his intended target. Definitely a catchable ball, but Unable to haul it in there on the far side. It'll be 3rd down. Maybe Carter Cochran on that intended pass. Third and 17 for the Tigers. Snap and a handoff on the sweep near side. Fighting forward for as many yards as he can is Andre Calhoun. Picks up a good chunk. It'll be 4th down for the Tigers. And with that big gain, they'll have a chance to pick this one up. Braden Rogers brings the play in from the sideline. He'll stand in the backfield with Skylar Sweet. Hand off to Calhoun around the left end this time. Looking for the first down marker. He's got it.
He's got it in.
Plus another 8 or 9 yards. First down Paris. 34 seconds on the clock. Ball will be spotted at the Tiger 49-yard line. Clock rolls. Down to 30 seconds left. See how many plays these young Tigers can get off in the final half minute. Down to 20 seconds. Rogers takes the snap. Handoff to Sweet. He's got room to work near side. Another first down. Gets to the 40-yard line. 9 seconds left. That might be it unless they run one real quick. Chains will reset. Clock's already moving. And that's how this game will end. 56-20, the final score. Charleston comes to Paris and takes care of an old rivalry. Tigers did put a few things together there at the end that gives a little positive note, as big of as one as you can take in a 36-point loss. But maybe a few things to hang your hat on here to end this game. Teams meet at midfield to shake hands. We'll take a break and be back with the post-game show here on the Paris Sports Network.
Family owned in Paris for 38 years, Savoya's Pizza is the place for real Italian food. Be sure to try their famous pizza nuggets and follow them on Facebook for their latest specials. Stop by 327 North Main Street for carryout or call 217-463-2500 for delivery. White Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning have been your hometown boys for over 50 years, offering 23.5-hour service. That's right, they need a half hour for coffee. Call John at 217-465-3195.
Welcome to the postgame show, Paris Sports Network. Final score, Charleston 56, Paris 20, here on this 1st of September. Tigers fall by 36 points to an old rival. We'll expect Coach Claude to come up and join us. Right now they are huddled on a knee in the end zone of the south end. So that'll get that interview here on the postgame show, but until then, Lenny, you got some stats for us.
I got some stats for you. Second half was a little more respectable than the first half for sure, but we'll start with Charleston first anyway. Bonstetter was 2 carries for 13 yards. Brett Spohr, the big running back, I had him 19 carries for 146. Ezekiel Hall, 3 carries for 35. I had Malik Murray, 3 carries for 5 yards. Cody Bell, 7 carries for 27. Ben Coffey, 3 carries for 6. Aiden Burnett, 2 carries for 9. And Alex Matheny came in late in the game. He had 3 carries for 10 yards. Throwing the ball, Bonstetter was 8 out of 14 for 111 yards and 1 touchdown. Catching the ball, I had Landon King, 3 catches for 49. Jacob Rowe had 2 catches for 22. Aiden Archibald had 1 catch for 14. Malik Perry, 1 catch for 16. And Chase Clough, 1 catch for 10 yards. Robinson. Charleston opened up the scoring with a field goal by Weber. That made it 3-0. Then a safety, as they sacked Rogers in the end zone, made it 5-0. Then a 4-yard run by Spohr, 12-0. Another 18-yard run by Spohr made it 19-0. A 7-yard run by quarterback Bonstetter made it 26-0. Then it was a pass from Bonstetter to King. That made it 32-0. That was the halftime score. Then to start the third quarter, Spohr continued his good performance as he had a 66-yard run. The 2-point conversion, though, was no good, and that made it 38-0. Then Bell had a 1-yard run. The snap was bad. The kick was no good, but it was 44-7 at that point. 32-yard run by Hall made it 50-20, and then the final 2-yard run by Matheny made it 56-20, and that ended up being your final. For the Paris boys, Drew Rogers had 6 carries. Most of those were bad snaps and snaps over his head or whatever, but he ended up 6 carries for a -27. Mason Burns had a good night as he had 8 carries for 52 yards. Ethan Curl, tough night tonight because everybody was keying on him. He had 7 carries for 28 yards. Calvin Rigdon had 2 carries for 2 yards. Skylar Sweet came in late in the game, had 3 carries for 17. And Andre Calhoun had 2 carries on the sweeps for 22 yards. Throwing the ball, Rogers was 9 out of 23 for 115, but he threw 3 interceptions. Catching the ball, I had Vitale had 2 catches for 14. Burns had 2 catches for 42. Wells had 2 catches for 30. Ty King had 1 catch for 27. And Calvin Rigdon had 2 catches for 2 yards. The Paris scoring came in the third quarter on a 1-yard run by Rogers. The kick was good, and at that point, the score was 38-7. Then in the fourth quarter, just seconds later, 9:31 to go, was a 4-yard run by Burns. The kick was good, 44-14 at that point. And then, like I said, just seconds later, it was a 32-yard fumble recovery by Vitale. And that kick was no good. It made it 20-44 at that point, and your final ended up being 56-20 Charleston.
Thanks, Lenny. Got Coach Claude Felder joining us in the booth now. Let him settle into his headset. Coach, Coach, it's been kind of crazy that Charleston hasn't been good because it's a big school, it's a big town. They've got athletes, and that team had athletes, and it seems like they've starting to put things together.
Yeah, they are. They've been preparing this for a while. They brought the new regime back that they'd had for years, and then they'd fallen on hard times for a long, long time, and they had kids coming, and they've got kids. And, I think, first of all, positively, they didn't sub out till really, really late, and we won the second half. And so the thing that concerned me going into the game all week long was about Tuesday. It got brought to our attention that we were fearful a little bit. Our kids on film, they were talking in the schools. I had people coming up to me saying, hope we fix their mindsets before then. And then Tuesday wasn't a great practice, and Wednesday wasn't a great practice, and Thursday, yesterday's run-through wasn't crisp and sharp. And we didn't prepare well. When you don't prepare well, you're not going to play well. That aside, there has to be some reality to it. Like you said, part of it, they have 32 juniors and seniors, and we have about 13. And that's a huge difference in football. We're playing a bunch of young guys, and we knew there was going to be a roller coaster ride because of the young people out there playing. Whether they're young by class or young and inexperienced by playing time and what have you. A week ago we had guys on the field for the first time ever that weren't necessarily young. But obviously my biggest disappointment is the mindset and how it carried over throughout the week and into the game, and we played timid and scared. We would do a couple of good things, and then we would drop a snap, or we would do a couple of good things, and then we would misfire a snap, or we wouldn't line up on the ball correctly, or just little things that you have to do, that you have to prepare. And we didn't do a very good job of that. And so ultimately, as always, we got to figure out a way to, right that and fix it. It starts with us as coaches, and get our guys locked in. Look, here's the deal. The whole first half was played on one half of the field, and I think that's going into the game I was a little bit nervous about if we couldn't move the ball early, how many short fields were our defense going to get, because they have what a lot of high schools don't in terms of the kicking game, and they pin you deep, and you never seem like you're starting past the 20. And then all of a sudden you're punting, and they're getting the ball at the 40 to the 50, and it's a short field. And so, that is what it is. We don't have that leg right now. And they use it to their advantage really, really well. So
I know how important the running game is to you. You've got some really talented running backs. At the same time, you probably still want to be able to use that passing game to kind of break things open. And it just seemed like Drew was really never able to get into a rhythm tonight. When he did, some of those short passes were really good, and they worked really well, but just the rhythm was never there, right?
The rhythm wasn't there, and then part of that was, not catching a snap at times, and then the other part was protection. He felt rushed, I think, a lot of the times, and we have to be better in pass protection. I want to run the football, but, I'm a realist, and in terms of the people that we have right now, and God love them, they'll go compete. We will get them to go compete and play and fight, but we can't live off of that inside downhill run game just because of the bodies up front. That's just the reality. So we have to be able to throw screens, get the ball on the perimeter, have short passing game. And then, there was times we had guys open on second level, medium throws, and we misfired, or we didn't line up correctly and it got called back, or just things that you can't do in games like this. I think they're a nice football team, but I think a combination of us mentally not being ready to go attack them, and we kind of had to get a feel for can we hang around and play with them, or can we play with them at all before we started to do that? When you got to go into the game with the mindset that you can play, and that along with the playing the entire first half on one side of the field, and their kicking game, like I said, it's a huge weapon, and they use it to their advantage, and they're very balanced offensively. They can run it downhill. They lean on you. They're big up front, so after a while, and I thought downhill runs, minus a few that slipped out because of getting kicked out or linebackers in the wrong gap. I thought we were okay kind of bottling that up, and we put some licks on them a little bit here and there. But consistently we just did not. They get you in positions where they're going to go attack a young corner out there on a backside post and what have you, and they're going to grow up, and then the only way they're going to grow up is to be in games like this and get the experience. And now, like I told our team, I said, we'll get on the film tomorrow morning and we'll be critical and we'll coach you up, but you got to come to practice believing and knowing and getting ready and prepare the right way, and bury this thing, learn from it, bury it. We're 1-1. We've been in worse shape before, and get ready for LIC play. And if you can't get ready to play next week, then we've got some major issues going down south.
That's right. Well, we'll let you get out of here on that one, Coach. Right. And thanks for joining us.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Go get them. Right. Go get them in LIC.
All right, see you. Thanks. Go Tigers.
Thanks as always, Coach Claude, joining us here on the postgame show. And yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a tough one to take.
It is, but like I said, Charleston got a lot of big athletes, and they showed it tonight. But kind of like he said, though, we only gave up one major run to Spoor of the 66 yards. So, other than that, I mean, he had a lot of 7, 8, 6s. But that's
one big play in field position.
Yep,
is
exactly.
Kind of what it came down to, really.
And they had field position for the whole first half. And
yep.
Like he said, the kicking game, he kicks every kick out of the end zone. So we start on the 20 as opposed to them starting on the 40. So.
Yep. And the mindset comes into that, too. I mean, that's a long field to go if you don't have much confidence that you can get 70, 80 yards, put together.
Exactly. So. But we start LIC competition next week, and we'll match up against Marshall. Should be a good one. So go 14 mile down Route 1, and
that's right.
We'll try it again next Friday night.
That's right. Paris and Marshall next Friday night. You can listen and watch right here on the Paris Sports Network if you're unable to make the trip down. But we'll be bringing that one to you. In the meantime, a couple of volleyball matches on the Paris Sports Network you can tune into. So be covering as much as we can here of Paris Tiger Athletics this fall.
That we will. And anybody that needs to jump on wants to sponsor Paris Tiger Sports on the Paris Sports Network, just get a hold of one of us. Clay Best, myself, BJ, Jeff Chambers, Jim Blue. We'd be more than glad to have you come on board.
Well said, Lenny. With that, we'll sign off here. For my partner, Lenny Irwin, I'm Clay Best, signing off. Thanks for joining. Have a good night.
You've been listening to Paris Tiger Sports on the Paris Sports Network. Brought to you by Cornerstone Building Brands, Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home, Seed Solutions with Chip and Bethany Keys, Longview Bank and Trust, Moody Farms, State Farm Agent Terry Elliston, Illini FS, Savoya's Pizza, Edgar County Community Foundation, Country Financial Agents Jim Blue and Mark Gladding, Lake Ridge Christian Church, Ingram's Waste Disposal, The Skating Rink with CJ and Mary Jo Becker, North American Lighting, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Templeton Funeral Home, and White Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning. And our affiliate sponsors, Steve and Lynn Young, Mary Lou Pine Family, Paul and Kathy Porter, Winans Farms Mark and Holly Winans, Tom and Marnita Stuck, Jim and Kay Taylor, and Step Farms and Excavation.